Is he a hood ornament, bro? Is he going to bring in casual fans? Does he have that, could he relate to, Hollywood? Could he be on the Kimmel show and the Fallon show? I don't think he's that guy.
We got Eric Bischoff was asked who can replace Roman Reigns as the face of the company. He said this: if I'd have put my eggs in one basket, I'd have a basket of Cody Rhodes eggs. Vince Russo, your thoughts on that?
I totally disagree with that, bro. I'm sorry, man. I just totally disagree with that.
Why do you disagree?
Because Cody Rhodes is a wrestler. And Cody Rhodes is very, very good at what he does. Bro, let me put it to you this way, Chris. So many people, man, when I was at WCW, I got accused of putting the belt on Jeff Jarrett because he was my boy. Okay? No, bro, I'm not going to put a belt on somebody because he's my boy. Here's why I put the belt on Jeff Jarrett. A couple of reasons. Bro, number one, he was a great heel that could get baby faces over. Okay. Number two, he was a great worker. He was a great wrestler. But perhaps more importantly, number three, Chris, the dude never got hurt. He never got hurt. He knew how to work. So I knew I could depend on Jeff. But Jeff Jarrett was not the superstar to lead the show. He was not the hood ornament. We had 100 other hood ornaments. Jeff was not one of them. I look at Cody Rhodes the very same way. He would be my Jeff Jarrett. He is a great wrestler. He could, get heels over. He gets hurt a little bit more than Jeff did. But somebody that definitely you could depend on to carry that title. Is he a hood ornament, bro? Is he going to bring in casual fans? Does he have that, could he relate to, Hollywood? Could he be on the Kimmel show and the Fallon show? I don't think he's that guy, man. I think he's a good little hand. He's a great wrestler. He could carry your belt. I don't think he's got that kind of star power, bro. That's just my opinion.
What do you think, East?
I don't think anybody's short of me is on Roman's level. No, but I mean, Roman is on such a different level that it would be very. Oh, I dropped the thing. Yeah. Oh, hey, getting paid money. Real fast.
Nice.
I think Roman's on such a different level that it's hard to even make that comparison. It's probably Eric saying that it's Cody by default because he's the only one that's kind of close. But I think Vince has a lot of right points about hood ornament and good hand and things like that. He's an excellent hand, and he can definitely lead a locker room in a company and sell out shows and pay-per-views. But to be on that level, I don't think anybody's there at this moment. But I'm really not cognate to what's developing. So.
He's missing, to me, Chris. He's missing that level. I mean, because, bro, I'm thinking of guys like just sitting here, and EC3 is talking about Roman Reigns, but Chris, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking of the Undertakers and the Austins and the Rocks and a Warrior, or he's just missing that level. Because I think when push comes to shove, bro, when you think of Cody Rhodes, what are you thinking about? You're thinking about a guy that's a very good wrestler. There are a lot of very good wrestlers. There needs to be another level to who he is, and I think that's what we're missing right now.
And to be fair, too, to Cody, Roman wasn't there day one.
Right, absolutely not.
He'd been pushed. There was times where he was just like, this isn't going to work. He's not The Rock. But it took him to, get with the right people and, the brain of Paul, and, him as a talent and a creative is very, entertainment-centric, to go out of his way and develop himself into this, thing that is on the next level. So that took time, and people could get there I think the problem with WWE is, though, there's no real freedom for people to experiment because they're so micromanaged or it's cut off before it even can begin.
I don't see anyone getting there by just their wrestling acumen, though.
I agree.
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, like what helped Roman Reigns was the fact that he turned into a character. Like it helped him tremendously because he was part of the storyline. It was real. Jay is his real cousin. He became the head of the table. He became this arrogant, cocky, just anti-hero, as far as just, he was the person that everybody envied. Like he had that head of the table feel. It wasn't his wrestling abilities that made Roman Reigns the superstar that he's been over the past 3 years. It was the fact that he was finally able to really hone into a character. I, to this day, don't know what the heck Cody Rhodes is character-wise. I have no clue who he is.
And Chris, not only that, I mean, let's be honest, bro, because you and I have kidded about this. Fill in the blank town. What do you want to talk about? Like, really, bro? Like, come on. Like, bro, come on. Stop.
Yeah.
That's hard. That's horrible, bro.
I think that Cody could work as a heel if he was like a cocky, suit-wearing, just total antithesis to Dusty. You know what I mean? I think that would work because that would be a character. Now he comes out as a babyface, dressed up, looking sharper than most people out there. He's not really connecting. I mean, like fans are cheering him because he's a babyface, but just there's no relatability. Like in Austin, he was like an everyman. He was the person who wanted to defy. Like, who doesn't want to stun their boss? Who doesn't want to beat up their boss because their boss is being some arrogant tyrant? You know what I mean? Like, that was a character. I think what we see now is, for once, WWE, once in a long time, WWE has finally spent the time honing in a character. And you mentioned the Undertakers, you mentioned the Warriors, Vince. Neither of them, especially Warrior, didn't have to present this stellar, state-of-the-art wrestling acumen. I mean, they were character-driven. And at the end of the day, wrestling is about a comic book come to life, character-driven people. EC3, you have some thoughts on that?
Yeah, to Chris's point, I would say, you mentioned, like, Cody, you don't really know what he is. He's kind of this babyface that's getting reactions based on default, and, like, what do you want to talk? But, like, when we talk about Roman, too, Roman was in that position where he was the big dog. Yep. White meat babyface. It just, there's something missing. Like, yeah, he's really good and he's like cool, but like, whatever. Mm-hmm. But then it's him becoming, the head of the table and developing that as a heel, where you have freedom as a heel, because if what you're doing sucks, it's okay because you're a heel. So you have the freedom to experiment things. And his work, he's a very, very good wrestler. He's a great athlete. But like the way as he developed, everything he did has meaning. Like his heat is a punch and these holds, and like, but when he like Superman punches, it's a spectacle. When he hits a spear, it's a spectacle. When he was Shield guy and hitting like spears out of nowhere all the time, I was like, yeah, it's cool. Mm-hmm. Now it has meaning. And I think, to Vince's point, we talk about Stone Cold, Steve Williams was one of the best wrestlers. You watch WCW, he's one of the best wrestlers ever. But he became a star when he developed that personality, and wrestling didn't matter, and he just threw punches, kicks, dicks in the face, studs, presses, and stunned people.
Stomp a motorhole and walk them dry. What? and had a catchphrase, and he didn't have to. He didn't have to put a 5-star match. He didn't have to put 7-star matches together. And that's the thing, man. I've been watching wrestling for nearly 40 years at this point, man. And I see the Austins, the Takers, the Hogans. Those were people who had strong characters who didn't. I mean, Kurt Angle was an amazing athlete, but we didn't like Kurt Angle. His athleticism really helped him in the ring. But it wasn't that made him Kurt Angle. It was the 3 eyes. It was the I'm better than you because I'm an Olympic gold medalist with a broken freaking neck. You know what I mean? And so it's like, and he's never had a 5-star match.
I've had a 5-star match.
You have had a 5-star match, absolutely. Takeover, yeah.
You know, there are just some things. I think there are just some things that are just they are just fundamentally wrong with the character of Cody Rhodes, because you got to understand, bro, you got Dusty, who was Dusty, and then you go back one more generation and Dusty says, I was the son of a plumber, and that's Cody's heritage. But here this guy comes out, you know, dressed in full suit, bro, pocket watches, you know, the no socks, he's got his own bus, and like, fundamentally, that does not add up, because, bro, if you're doing all that now, if you look at your father like an embarrassment, and people laughed at my dad, Vince McMahon put him in freaking polka dots, you know, now that makes sense. But his presentation with the lineage, to me, it is just all so fundamentally wrong.
I agree. I agree. I think, I mean, he knows the business enough. I mean, he's a fantastic mind, great worker. He knows how to cut heel promos. He has that ability. I just think that he's just kind of riding the wave of being like the top guy, you know, now. But yeah, so a turn will really revive his career, much needed, as far as just not feeling so stale. So,
but then short of that, like, who else is there? Maybe Eli. I'm sorry, LA Knight to an extent, but like, I can't think of anybody that's on.
Well, I could tell you this, man. Unfortunately, Mustafa Ali's not there anymore.
He's not.
So it can't be him. Indeed. So he's crossed him off the list.
Yeah, that's sad, man.